Hello, everyone. Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. Um, Sorry, been dealing with a few technical difficulties today, so I was just trying to get everything settled. As you can see, we have well, you can't see it yet, but I got to use my iPad for the comment cam today. Hey, what's up, Matt? How are you? Yeah, I got to use my laptop wasn't working, so I had to use my iPad for the other cam. So let's see how that works. I think it should be all right. Let me know if y'all hear an echo or anything. I did mute the iPad, so we'll see. All right, so this is the comic cam for today. It is better quality because it is the iPad, but it's weird setup and it's wireless, so I don't like doing this over Wi-Fi. Weird setup and it's wireless, so. And I was just checking on the sound. Oh, I look blurry too. That's weird because I'm not on Wi-Fi either. Wild. Oh well, we'll just roll along with the punches and then see if I can fix this at a later time. All right, well, let's get started. So today I'm looking at comic books for the week of May 19th. We're going to start with a DC Comics. First of all, we have. Yeah, I'm a little blurry. I don't know what's going on, Matt, but we're just going to have to play with that. The other camera looks really good. I wonder if it's. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm going to kill. Here, I'm going to kill YouTube. Maybe that looks better. Here, let me pull it up on here just to keep an eye on stuff. It's better. Yeah, I killed as many processes as I could on my computer because I know that takes up. Maybe that fixed it a bit. Oh well. Who's Naomi? Oh, Naomi's a new character that was invented recently for by Brian Michael Bendis. She had her own series first, and now she has joined the Justice League. I guess I could bring the comics a little bit closer. There you go. So this is Justice League number 61, written by Brian Michael Bendis, co-written by Ram V. I think there's a story in the back that Ram V did, with art by Ceramico, Romulo Fajardo Jr. on colors, and Tamara Bonavin on colors and cover. So this is they're reintroducing the Justice League. We know Black Adam is not part of the Justice League. We know the roster's kind of changed a little bit, and there is a story in the back of this where Ragman joins the team from the previous stories. I'm a little behind, so I don't know all the details, but Justice League is kind of one of my titles that I always pick up, regardless of when I get to read it. Next up, Nightwing, number 80. I was going to say 3, but this is just 3 for the story. Nightwing, number 80. This is written by Tom Taylor with art by Bruno Redondo and Adriano Lucas on colors and letters by Wes Abbott. This is the third part of the story that started off 2 issues ago, where Nightwing is kind of back in form. Yeah, this covers looks. I want to get some like 3D glasses or something. You know, some of those old school 3D glasses with the blue and the red. My main cam froze. Let's see. Oh yeah, I see that. Geez, I wonder what's going on. Oh. Let's see if that comes back better. Yeah, I see that. I'm watching the stream here too. I wonder if I got too much going on the computer. Weird. I hadn't had any issues. Yeah, both my computers. Oh man, what a look. Here, we'll do this. We'll do this. We'll focus mainly on the comic cam, and that way, you know, if you see me or whatever, yeah, that should be a little better since I'm smaller. Sorry about all the technical difficulties. It's weird. I hadn't had any issues with the computers yet. Anyways, so yeah, Nightwing, really good. I'm enjoying it. So enjoy Tiny Daniel telling you about the big comic books. Next up, Wonder Girl #1. I actually made a full video. Thanks, Matt. I actually made a full video review on this, so check the link in the comment. I did make sure to go back and put the links on there. So yeah, I don't want to go too much into detail. I'll just tell you this: it's really good. It follows Wonder Girl, Yara Flores, who is a newly minted character, pretty much for this year. So, all right, that's all the DC Comics books. Next up, we have Rangers of the Divide. This one, I only picked it up because I didn't know much about this. It's written and illustrated by Megan Huang. The description for this: following the disappearance of the nation's peacekeepers, an elite commander stumbles upon a team of bright-eyed cadets in need of leadership. The group prepares to venture out in their first mission into uncharted territories. Are they ready to face what awaits them, or will danger find them first? So this is a new series. I grabbed it because it's kind of a mix of technology and how do you call it? Like fantasy technology and Western, it looks like to me. So that seemed like an interesting mix. So I wanted to get that and pick it up. Check out the first issue. Next up, we have Radiant Black #4. Man, this one is kind of like I want to say Power Rangers meets superhero capes and stuff. It's written by Kyle Higgins with art by Joe Hunter. Overall, and Marcelo Costa and Becca Carey. Yeah, this book's been pretty interesting. I'm gonna keep reading it until like the first arc is done. But like I don't know how much story we're gonna get out of this. I have been enjoying it so far, but it's nothing like that really, really is capturing. It's not like the first thing I have to read this week or every week. So before I go into any variants or anything, we'll go into the next book, which is Home #2. If you guys remember, I was lucky enough to get an advanced copy of Home #1, so I could read that, which was super cool. This book is by Julio Anta. Yeah, the art for Radiant Black, yeah, it's pretty dope. This book is written by Julio Anta, Anna Wyzick, and Lisa Sterling. It follows Juan, who is our main character. He's an immigrant from Guatemala. He's made it over to the U.S., and as he was separated from his mother at the border, he developed superhuman abilities. So this is where we are now. He needs to either track down his family or just get away because they're looking for him because they know that he escaped. I haven't read this particular issue, but the first one had me interested enough that it's only a miniseries. I think there's only going to be like 4 or 5 issues. Yeah, there's only going to be 4 issues, so I'm definitely going to keep reading. It's an interesting story. It's relevant to the times, so I'm all in for that. Next up, and this is the last independent comic, Luna #4. This is from Maria Lovett. She illustrated and art by Maria Lovett, both things. This one's something that I haven't read. I haven't even read the first issue, but I like Maria Lovett's work so much that I just kind of picked them up without even thinking about it. Like it's just like I'm just gonna do it. So, yeah, I'll tell you guys more about this when I actually catch up. This was not the original cover. I wanted a different cover, but this is the one we had at the shop. So it is for mature readers. So, and then Radiant Black. I picked up the variant covers for. Actually, this is the third printing of issue #2, and the third printing of issue #1. So as you can see, it kind of makes like a. This is where I need that wide angle, but Yeah, it's both black and red looking at each other. If you're familiar with the premise, you'll see that they are kind of like the protagonist and the antagonist. Maybe we're still discovering that. So that's all the that's all the books. Yeah, those covers are super dope, which is why I picked them up, even though I already have those issues. But that's all the independent comics that I picked up this week. So the rest of them are gonna be Marvel books. So here, let me kill some stuff. Uh, yeah, this one stream's been riddled with issues. But we have Way of X #2, written by Simon Spurrier, um, with art by Bob Quinn, colors by Javier Tartaglia, and Clayton Cowles on letters. Uh, this, as we left off in the first issue, the X-Men are trying to develop a religion, and Nightcrawler's kind of in charge of that. There was a big twist at the end of #1. I don't want to give it away because it's an interesting twist. But if you read Simon Spurrier work, you can probably kind of figure out and put it together. That is, I think these are both Nightcrawler. Yeah, yeah. These are all of these guys are Nightcrawler. All the pirates are like different versions of Nightcrawler, which is super weird. So I haven't read it yet, so I don't know exactly if the cover is actually referencing something or if it's just a cool cover. Um, Next up, we have Shang-Chi #1, aka Shang-Chi versus the Marvel Universe. I did a full review of this, which I also put the link on the description. Go check that out. This whole concept of Shang-Chi versus the Marvel Universe has me really interested. This picks up after the miniseries that we just had for Shang-Chi I think it was like a few weeks ago. Um, but yeah, it's really good by Jin Luan Yang, with art by D.K. Ron and Trina Farrell on colors. Uh, this one is subtitled Shang-Chi versus Spider-Man, so you can kind of tell where this story is going. But it's really interesting that the status quo that they built for Shang-Chi going into the movie, especially, like, it's really interesting. It kind of makes me wonder what they're gonna do with the movie, but that'll probably be another video where we can explore that. Next up, Heroes Reborn #3 by Jason Aaron, Ed McGuinness on art. Also Federico Vicenti on art, Mark Morales and Matt Wilson, ink and colors respectively. This picks up where we left off in the last issue. Once again, the whole premise of Heroes Reborn. The Avengers don't exist in the Marvel universe, and the I was gonna say the Justice League, the Squadron Supreme, who are pretty much copies of the Justice League, but in the Marvel world. They are kind of the heroes that we have, but they are not. The cracks are starting to show in the story about the Squadron Supreme or their intentions. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, I haven't read this week's issue, but I did pick it up, so I'm ready to go. Now this one, next up is Daredevil #30. This one I just picked it up because the cover looked cool, as you guys know or may not know. As of recently, Elektra became Daredevil after some stuff happened. This is written by Chip Zdarsky with art by Michael Cicchetto. And I only picked this up for the cover. I'm not reading this in the weekly. I'm actually trade waiting this, or Marvel Unlimited waiting this. But yeah, so it's wild. Like, it's just a really dope cover. I love the art. I love the wild hair. I think the concept of Elektra being there was super cool. So it all kind of came together perfectly for me to pick up a random issue of Daredevil. All right, next up, Wolverine #12, written by Benjamin Percy, um, with pencils by Scott Eaton and J.P. Mayer on inks, Matt Wilson on colors. Yeah, this Wolverine story has been pretty good. I really like what Benjamin Percy's doing with the character. There was vampires at one point, and as you can see, they're kind of using in the cover. They're using Wolverine as a kind of like an endless supply of blood because of his healing factor. Um, so yeah, I don't know what else to tell you about this book. I'm really enjoying it. Um, like it is pretty much the way with all the other X-Men books. We have two more books. I'll save that one for last because I think it was my favorite one so far this week. Star Wars: War of the Bounty Hunters. This is the Bounty Hunters number 12. So I'm part of the crossover, written by Ethan Sachs with art by Paolo Villanelli, Arif Prianta on colors, and Travis Lanham on letters. If you've been reading some of the Star Wars books, or if you know what the War of the Bounty Hunters is, right now in Star Wars we are in the period of time between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. This story kind of goes over Boba Fett leaving Cloud City with Han Solo and Carbonite, and what that trip was like. Like that's kind of where this is happening. This is going to be a crossover between all the Star Wars books. So we've had already a Star Wars title. Now we have the Bounty Hunters, and it's kind of going to go to Dr. Aphra's book, back and forth. So it's really interesting the way they're approaching this. It's an interesting story to explore because we just kind of know that, between the movies, we just know Han Solo was frozen, and we just assume everything went smoothly for Boba Fett going back to Tatooine. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And I think I guess this would be my Marvel pick of the week, and I kind of went over this in the review. So I did a review for Shang Qi and Immortal Hulk at the same time because I couldn't pick between both of these books. I couldn't make up my mind as to which one I wanted to review, so I just ended up doing both in the video. You can find that review in the description. I put a link on there. This is written by the story by Al Ewing and Alex Pagnadel, with the script being done by Pagnadel, art by David Vaughn and Juan Ferreira. Also, there's a backup story, and I really the backup story is written by David Vaughn. The art inside is by Juan Ferreira, who actually, yeah, the covers have been pretty dope. Thank you to Juan Ferreira for taking the time to leave a comment on my review. I appreciate that a lot. And we have art by Kevin Nolan on the second story, which is a little backup story at the end. As I said on the review, you don't need any prior knowledge for these Immortal Hulk issues other than maybe the first issue, which kind of tells you what's going on with the Hulk. These are all kind of standalone stories, which I find super interesting. Yeah, the Immortal Hulk's been pretty good. Let's see. Well, I want to sign off, but I hope I'm just kind of frozen in time. Oh well. Thanks everyone for watching. That's gonna do it for today since we're having technical issues and I can see I'm still frozen on my camera. Yeah, let me try stopping it and restarting it. Yeah, I don't know that that helps. Connection sounds. Yeah, thanks for being here, Matt. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks to anybody else that watched live. Apologies for all the issues. I'll try to get that fixed by our next live. I really don't know what happened, but yeah, we'll figure it out later. Thanks everyone for watching, and take care and keep reading comics. Bye now.